I have the privilege of being able to start walking you through a really important next step in your chemistry journey, which is understanding the concept of density. This is a huge moment. It's a big deal because usually in chemistry we start out with a measurement that you've seen, and so you've gone through the process and you've seen how to use different tools to measure things. And through Apex, through that all that experience, you saw a lot of things. Um, but they did introduce you to some units, some different things that you use to measure. They probably discussed basic matter and forces. But if you were in the building, and if you are in the building and watching this, um, basically density is the first time where we get to bring things together, and we get to take things like um, units that we've seen, like centimeters, grams. We maybe have seen liters, and we realize, or even milliliters. So we've seen the prefixes, and we've gotten to use units a little bit. Um, so we just want to be able to realize that sometimes, if we're talking about, in this case, length, our meter is our unit for length for SI, and gram is unit for mass. And we see liters or milliliters, any liters. This is volume, for liquids. So as we're going to see, there's a little trick there where it's not the only unit for volume, as you're about to see. But basically, we've gone through this process of being able to cultivate the mind of using units, understanding a little about matter, terms that we're using, and we start putting them together. So density is where we see units come together with word problems, which are naturally going to scare us, and we get over that. Getting over word problem phobia is critical because we do a lot of them, and so my goal is to teach you that they're not there to be afraid of. All word problems are just little games to decipher, figure out their codes, and just take a step-by-step process to solve them. Get some confidence in the thing. So that's what we're here to do with density. So we're going to look at the concept and then just touch on how to solve a problem. Give a sample of how to solve a problem where they want you to calculate the density of a substance when you were given information. So we'll take a look at that when we get there. So looking at this, as you've gone through the course, we've laid out matter for you one way or another. But matter is a very, very basic concept that has a very simple essential definition. Any substance that has mass and takes up any space at all, which we call volume, the space something takes up, space any matter takes up, is considered to be matter. So we used to do a trick where it's like, do you think air um, has mass to it, or do you think air is matter? And we get all sorts of interesting answers. And then when you actually can take a balloon and mass the empty balloon, then blow up the balloon and mass it, and you realize it gains mass, then you realize air has mass to it. And so, yes, it is classified as matter, special kinds of matter. So we have established that matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. But density is where we actually start putting things together. So density is the measure of how much mass we have in a certain amount of space or volume. So it is a mass volume relationship. So here's our two concepts that we are going to hone in on. Density is our hardcore concept, and then we have a mass volume relationship. And let's take a look. So